Welcome to the Mastering the Game podcast. I'm your host, Jermaine Harris. I will be discussing Modern Warfare 3 and the impact of annual video game releases. With the recent unveiling of Modern Warfare 3, I wanted to share my thoughts about yearly release schedules. Basically, I think that video game companies are becoming too focused on money rather than quality. So, I'll be highlighting a recent example of this, which is 2023's Modern Warfare 3. Since 2005, there has been a new Call of Duty game every year. They used to alternate between modern day / futuristic games with an older time frame, like World War II or the Cold War era. But in recent years, we've seen that format hasn't always been followed. This year's release will be Modern Warfare 3, which is a sequel to last year's Modern Warfare 2. What I'm looking forward to the most is the multiplayer mode of Modern Warfare 3. It's being developed by Sledgehammer Games, and they'll be bringing back the maps from the original Modern Warfare 2. So I'm looking forward to those maps being reused in Modern Warfare 3, and I'm also looking forward to them reintroducing map voting and the original perks system, which was changed in last year's Modern Warfare 2. However, I do want to dive into my issue with this game, as well as an annual release schedule in general. Part of me feels like Modern Warfare 3 really just should have been DLC for last year's Modern Warfare game because of how they're treating the weapons for multiplayer between both games. If you don't know, any of the multiplayer weapons that were unlocked in last year's Modern Warfare 2 will be available for use in Modern Warfare 3 from day one. However, I can see why Modern Warfare 3 is its own fully fleshed out game. I say that because the publisher will be including a zombies mode, which is new for the Modern Warfare series, by the way, and they'll also be continuing the story mode for Modern Warfare 2. So with that in mind, it makes some sense why they would actually make a brand new game this year. However, what's frustrating with this game is that they're not releasing any new maps at launch. They're only going to be including the remastered versions of those Modern Warfare 2 maps at launch. It isn't clear yet if there are going to be any more maps coming, but at least we know what to expect at launch. I think that if the developers had additional time to work on the game, they could deliver original maps at launch and spend some additional time hashing out any bugs, which are pretty much guaranteed for the first few weeks. To me, if the developers had an 18-month window to deliver the new game, that could be a bit better because they'd have more time to hash out any bugs and also add content to the game. I see this version of Modern Warfare 3 a little bit as nostalgia bait, at least for those of us who grew up playing the original Modern Warfare 2. It's possible that Activision just wanted to push the game out of the door while their acquisition is being completed. It looks like Microsoft is on track to purchase Activision at some point in the near future, and this release could just be a way to generate a lot of income while that purchase is still in progress. More broadly speaking, I think that yearly releases cause us to miss out on higher quality games. While it's reasonable that there can be some issues with any multiplayer game that's online based, I think that we'll be seeing some fairly significant issues at launch, like server problems or poor game optimization. Then there will be a few patches throughout the first couple of weeks of the game. Although there was a quote-unquote gameplay reveal on August 17th, they didn't show much actual gameplay. We were mostly just shown a cinematic style trailer that focused more on the story, which is frustrating because the base game costs nearly $70, but the big gameplay reveal doesn't really show anything that's useful. It kind of felt like the trailer was a waste of time because I didn't get to see any extended amounts of gameplay. If you aren't ready to show more than 5 seconds worth of actual gameplay, maybe you shouldn't market your trailer as a gameplay reveal trailer. I figure that the game still has some core mechanics to work out, which is fine. My frustration really comes from the big marketing push for people to pre-order the game and also for them to buy the digital deluxe version, which is like $100. I just think that this reveal trailer shows the larger issue I have with the industry. Games are becoming too focused on money rather than quality. I know that I mentioned this in my previous video about games as a service, but I wanted to discuss it now because because it's still relevant. Game publishers seem to be too focused on short-term gains. Of course, it's important for games to make a profit, but if developers had the chance to spend time crafting a game that people actually want to play for more than 1 year, then players would be willing to invest more in it. This topic makes me think about games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Fortnite. Both of those are games that people play for years and years, and they're making their developers and publishers a lot of money. Of course, both of those games have their own issues, but I think that if Call of Duty was more of a game that people can play for more than a year or maybe 18 months or so, that will be great, because I think that people would be more inclined to get the digital deluxe version of a game or to buy more cosmetics or things like that, just because they'd have more time with that game without having to go and just buy the next one next year. I'll likely curate a couple videos about Grand Theft Auto 5 and or Fortnite, so stay tuned for my next videos. Let me know if you're planning to buy Modern Warfare 3 or if you're sticking to the other Call of Duty games. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you for listening.